everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be my full coverage glowy skin foundation routine slash base makeup, because I have included my foundation, concealer, blush and bronzer and also highlighter. So this is literally my full base routine. This is pretty much what I do This is pretty much what I do every single day, so I thought I would film it because my last foundation routine got, you know, really good feedback, but it is over a year old now and I don't actually use those products anymore, so I just thought I'd do an updated one with the products that I now use. And also, if you like this makeup look that I am wearing right now, I did film this as a kind of little tutorial just on the eyes and the lips, so if you do like this look, it's kind of like a spotlight eye. If you do like this look, then I will leave a link down below in the description box so you can go ahead and watch it. But for today's video, this is my foundation slash base routine, so if you'd like to see how I get this full coverage base, keep on watching. I have already put on my moisturiser. The moisturiser that I love using and I've used for ages is the Frank Body Everyday Face Moisturiser. This is what the bottle looks like. It's just a kind of squeezy tube and this is just so lovely. It works with my sensitive skin and, you know, it just gives me that moisture and it's great before makeup. So my next step in skincare is a little bit of eye cream. So I use the Estee Lauder Advanced Night Repair Eye Concentrate Matrix. This is just a mini size that I was sent, and I just pop a tiny bit of this underneath my eyes. And then just use my finger and just pat that in. So for foundation, the foundation that I've been using for probably about nearly all of last year, I'd say I started using this kind of in the summer, and I have repurchased this about 3 or 4 times and I absolutely love it. This is the Lancome, now I'm not good with French but we'll try. This is the Lancome 10 Idole Ultra Wear, and this is a 24-hour wear and comfort foundation and it's retouch free. It's got an SPF of 15 and it's transfer free, so it won't transfer off onto people's clothes or things like that, so that's really good. It's also dermatologically tested and it's non-comedogenic, which means it won't clog your pores. I wear mine in the shade 021 Beige Jasmine. This is what the bottle looks like. It's got a pump, so that's really good as well. Love the packaging. So what I do is I use this foundation and I use this little brush. This is a mini medium sculpting brush from Real Techniques. It's just a little diddy version of their sculpting brush, but I find that this one is just, I don't know, like the brush hairs are just a little bit softer than the original sculpting brush, so it just blends really, really nicely. So what I do is I pop a little bit on the back of my hand. That's one pump, as you can see. And then I get my brush, and what I tend to do is I start where I kind of need the most coverage. So all of the foundation that is on this brush gets distributed on those specific areas, and instead of wiping, I kind of just press. So I just take a little bit on my brush and then just start kind of like pressing it into the skin. So that's one pump, and it's kind of done like one half of my face. And then take another pump for the other side. Now my skin's looking quite good at the moment. I've had like the odd kind of breakout, but for the most part my skin has actually been really clear. So finally think I've kind of cracked a good skincare kind of regime. Although everyone's skincare is different, mine is very, very simple, and you know, there's hardly any products, but that seems to be what my skin likes. Some people's skins need a lot of kind of treatments and work, and my skin literally freaks out, so I just use the bare minimum products. So I've now done another pump for my forehead, but I don't need that much on my forehead, so what is left I then start building up kind of like the areas on my cheeks. I suffer with redness because obviously I've got sensitive skin. I kind of just focus on certain areas just to take down that redness. And then just going to put a little bit of lip balm on just because my lips are quite chapped. So that is my foundation all over the skin. I'm now going to move on to concealer. The concealers that I absolutely love and have repurchased multiple times are the Urban Decay Naked Skin Weightless Complete Coverage Concealer. I use two shades because one's too light, one's too dark. So I use Fair Neutral and Light Neutral, and I just mix these together. Fair Neutral is great for highlighting kind of underneath the eyes, down the nose, and Light Neutral is just more of my skin tone, so I kind of mix the two together if I need to kind of spot conceal or things like that. So I have two to hand always. So I am going to take the Light Neutral one first, and I'm just going to use this, see if I can zoom in a bit, and I'm just going to use this so you can just see it's just that little bit too dark, but it's okay because we put the other one over the top in a minute. So I'm just popping this basically underneath my eyes in this kind of dark area here because I do kind of suffer badly with dark circles. When you've got pale skin, that is something that you can kind of suffer with, not always but sometimes. So I'm just also doing a little bit down my nose and around my nose where I get a little bit of redness. And then what I like to do is, so I don't kind of mix the concealers with the wand, I like to just get my Real Techniques Miracle Complexion mini sponge, mini eraser sponge, whatever it's called, and just start blending the darker concealer in. So I just press the concealer in with my little sponge. Always take it on my eyelids as well because that creates a good base for your eyeshadow. And then I'm going to take the lighter one and again do literally the same steps. With the lighter one I like to bring it down a little bit just to kind of highlight a little bit more. Also go down my nose again. Wow, I look crazy right now. Take my sponge again and just blend this in. And this is so quick and easy to do. now my concealer is done. Normally if you kind of do set your makeup, this would be the point where you'd now kind of set your makeup with powder, but because my skin is really dry, I don't actually set my makeup with powder, so I just kind of leave it as it is and then move on to kind of like my cheek steps. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take my ever so loved, and I've actually bought a brand new one. This is the Tanya Bear Cosmetics Peachy Glow Cheek Palette. So I'm going to take the blush colour, this one here, and I'm taking that on a Real Techniques Duo Fibre face brush because I want to pick up like a minimal amount of product. So with the brush hairs, because they're duo fibre, they won't pick up as much product and they also won't lay down as much product on your cheeks. Whereas if you were to use, I don't even have one to hand, but if you were to use actually yes I do. Whereas if you were to use something like this, this would give you a lot more kind of product because it's a little bit denser, and also it's normal fibres, it's not duo fibre. So the duo fibre is where it goes black then white, but obviously mine's not white because it's had peachy coloured blush on. I hope that makes sense. So I'm just going to take a little bit of this and just tap off the excess so we don't get too much, and then just smile and really gently just blend it over the cheek. Now I love this blush so much. I've literally repurchased this so many times, and it's just the most perfect colour. It blends so nicely on the skin. It doesn't break me out because a lot of blushes can kind of break me out, and this one doesn't, so I just love it. And then just going back in with my little foundation brush and just blending the edges just to make sure that it's not kind of like a harsh blush line. Then what I'm going to do is same brush, because I haven't got another brush to hand, just going to dip a little bit into the bronzer. So this bronzer is lovely as well. This is what the bronzer is like, and I'm just going to dip a little bit into this, tap off a little bit of excess again, and then just go kind of just under where we've put the blush. And this is just going to give me a little bit of warmth. Just blend in a little bit of this bronzer down my neck. And across the forehead. And then the next step is my favourite step because it's highlighter, and I absolutely love highlighter. So this is, I take two highlighters basically, so these two I mix. The first one I go in with is the Kylie Cosmetics Ultra Glow in Fiji, and they come like this, and it is very messy. I lost the kind of like little plastic thing, but to be honest, plastic thing was useless. It wouldn't have stopped product coming out. So the packaging is ridiculous, but I love the product, so I kind of put up with the packaging because the product is so good. And I take the Morphe R31 brush, just a little highlighter brush, and I just start on my cheekbones. I mean, look at that glow. Seriously, these are so incredible. I need to actually order more shades, but I kind of hate ordering from America because of customs. The customs is literally no joke, and that is literally the reason why I don't order, not because I don't want her products. It literally is the customs just puts me off. So I've popped that one on first, and then I go in with this one, which I'm running out of, which I'm really, really sad about because it's my favourite highlighter. This is the Makeup Forever Starlit Powder in number 13. Again, this comes in like a little jar. Although this packaging is less messy than Kylie's, so well done to Makeup Forever. So basically with this one, I just go over the top because I find sometimes the Kylie one can be a bit too dark for my skin tone. So I just go in with the Makeup Forever one because it just lightens it slightly and just gives it that brighter kind of like whoa highlight shade, if that makes sense. And then I also go down my nose. I don't use the Kylie one down my nose because for some reason whenever I use the Kylie one it looks too dark on my nose. And I watched Nikki Tutorials, one of her videos, and she said that she highlights here, kind of on her bridge, and then the tip. And apparently that's meant to give you a, I don't know, slimmer nose. So ever since she's been doing that, I've been doing it too. So that is pretty much my foundation routine. This is kind of like my base routine because I've obviously shown you more than foundation, but I always think that when you kind of are watching like foundation reviews, it's nice to see the foundation on obviously, but it's also really good to see how like other products blend on top and just to see like the finished kind of base makeup basically. These two for an inner corner highlight are amazing as well. The Kylie one I actually sometimes use just as eyeshadow and it's stunning. It's such a gorgeous gold. Let me see if I can do a little swatch. I can't swatch the Makeup Forever one because I'm completely out. Like, can you see that? That was literally like the tiniest little bit and I literally just done like one swipe. It's so insane. Okay, so this is my foundation base routine complete. I'm now going to put on some more makeup, kind of just finish my makeup, and I will be right back with you. And I'm back. So this is the finished makeup. Now I've put all the rest of my makeup on, and I literally love this foundation routine so much. It has never failed me. It always looks really, really good, and you know, it just works basically. I really, really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, then please give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel. And don't forget to hit the notification bell to get a notification every time I upload. Let me know down below in the comments of any other videos you'd like to see on my channel. And let me know what your foundation routine is like. What is your holy grail foundation? Because mine is definitely the Lancome. I love it. I won't try anything else because I just love this so much. Definitely let me know down in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again in my next video. Bye!